Hey, peace, everybody. This is phdirac. I just moved spots, so I just want to talk about my new studio space that I'm in the process of setting up. I kind of don't have everything figured out yet, but it's a work in progress. Um, I have sort of my drum set area and kind of like my rack sampler area, a couple of SP404s. They're kind of um, effects boxes, effects monsters, and they give you a lot of different flexibility. Um, my main workhorse is this Roland MV8800, and this is what I kind of plan to do most of the sequencing and sort of uh, the full-on like workflows and production. It's really the Roland MV8800. It took a while for me to fix it up. For a while, the transport buttons weren't working, so I had to kind of go through the entire process of opening it up from the back. And it's kind of like an onion. You can't get to the center just from the top layers. Like, it's not like an MPC. Like, you have to go all the way from the back and reach the top layers from there. So yeah, I'm happy to have it back in in commission. And yeah, I just want to talk about kind of the signal chain that I'm using for the time being. It's something that I'm kind of experimenting with, where I want to limit the amount of like unplugging and plugging in different wires. I sort of want to have it as everything being interconnected, kind of like the Eddie Leonard video that he did recently, where he had all of the rack samplers talking. I think he was using the MPC 3000 as kind of the brain of the operation and the source of all the MIDI. So I want to do something kind of similar where all of the rack samplers and the Ensoniq EPS, everything sort of talking in conjunction with each other. So really quick, I just want to mention, like, I want the studio to be kind of a place that's comfortable, a place where it's inviting to work in. So, I have kind of like my whole setup. I have the Gundams right there. I've got kind of like my light setup where, if I have like different options on making it kind of like look like a spaceship and look really cool. I just set up my new vinyl shelves, so I'm pretty excited to be getting started. Hopefully I can do like some more beat workflow videos and production kind of tutorials. I'm still very much in the process of learning all of this stuff, so yeah, I'm just enjoying the process of learning, and I want to share that journey. And if anyone kind of wants to give advice or learn something different, I'm definitely here for that. So yeah, I just want to talk about the signal chain that I'm working with right now. The main thing is I have this mixer, this AM100 Audio Technica mixer. It's actually the same joint that Q was using in the movie Juice, which is kind of cool. So yeah, I just got it on Craigslist. Like, it was a coincidence in that way, but it works fine. There's 4 different inputs, really 5 if you include a microphone, but I'm only using 4. I have the line A, line B, and the phono A. I guess I'm only using 3. Line B is connected to this PC right here. So I just have like a drum from my drum pack sampled up in pitch. Right. So I have it set up where the output from that computer, like, it's a 3.5 millimeter jack, and it's going into stereo RCAs. and that's going into the line B input for the mixer. And I have the phono A from the turntable. That is, I should say it, the phono A input from the mixer is coming from the turntable. So I can sample vinyl and I can sample from my PC, like if I have some drum packs or some patches, some synths that I want to use. I don't really have to unplug anything or switch up the setup. I can just kind of use the either phono A input or the line B input. And line A is what I'm using to resample from the Ensoniq EPS, which I'll talk about in a second. Just really quickly, I have two outputs from this AM100 mixer. One output is going into the SP303 that is then going into the first channel of the second mixer, and then that first channel, really both of the channels from the mixer, the output from the second mixer, I should say, is going into the Roland MV8800. Then after that, it's going into the SP404, and then it's going into the SP404 Mark II, and I'm recording the audio via the USB-C connection on the SP404 Mark II. So that's pretty much the basic signal chain. Turntable and the other computer are both inputs that are going into the AM100 mixer. Output 1 from the mixer is going into the SP303. That then goes into the first channel of the second mixer, and then goes into the Roland MV8800, SP404, SP404 Mark II. I mentioned that I'm using line A as kind of a resample mechanism. And what I mean by that is I have the headphone jack from the SP303 going into the audio in from the Ensoniq EPS. So it's kind of interesting. You have to be careful about how you set up your audio because the SP303 can monitor continuously if you have the external, what is this called? External source button enabled. So basically that lets you monitor whatever is going into the sampler at all times. And since the output 1 from the AM100 mixer is going into the SP303, and the headphone jack from the SP303 is going into the audio in from the Ensoniq EPS. If I'm sampling onto the EPS and I also have the SP303 monitoring from the mixer, then there's going to be feedback that you get because the output of the Ensoniq EPS is going into line A. So it's kind of a resample workflow and signal chain, but I just have to be careful about how I kind of set it up. So I'll do some really quick examples. This is just to demonstrate that I can get audio from the second computer, this PC up here. So I have like one of these drums loaded. Right. So we can hear that. If I want to throw some cool effects on it, for instance, vinyl sim, everyone loves that. So the cool thing about that, having the SP303 there within the signal chain, is it gives me the opportunity to sort of use those FX that are on the SP303, or if I want to get like kind of a grimier, dirtier sound, I can sample onto the SP303 and then turn the external source monitoring off from the SP303, sample onto the Ensoniq EPS, and then have the output from the EPS go into the mixer and then return to like the normal signal chain where it's going through the SP303 and then going into the second mixer, going into the Roland MV8800. So yeah, I guess I'll do like some tinkering and demonstration of all of that I'm mentioning here. I have this Esther Phillips record, and it's a dollar bin joint. I got it from Rasputin's in Berkeley on Telegraph Avenue. All my Cal Bears know what's up with that. Okay.
Take me to heart, and I'll always love.
All right, so that's straight from the SP303. I'm going to sample that onto the Roland MV8800. Okay, so that sounds pretty cool. Um, what I'm going to try doing is that thing I mentioned with the resampling with the EPS. So I'm going to create a new instrument. It's clipping. So I'm gonna turn line A down. Okay, sure. All right, so that's straight out of the 303. And I tone it down. Six semitones. I use the coarse okay. Instrument, command, instrument. Okay, I'm getting MIDI from the EPS into the Roland MV8800. And let me just check this MIDI setting. It should be cool. Okay, so I'm going to come here. All right, so that's the DSM. It's the SP303. And that's all without unplugging anything. So I'm like excited about that. I'll play them again without me talking. Okay, so that's like a demo of kind of the workflow I'm hoping to use, where everything's interconnected. Kind of the mixer, the AM100 is the main mixer that connects me to, you know, like these different input sources. Be it the other laptop, or yeah, be it the other laptop or the turntable. Then I have the SP303 that comes after the mixer, and after the SP303 I can either go directly into the second mixer and then into the Roland MV8800, or I can resample via the Ensoniq EPS. So yeah, like lots of different possibilities. The second mixer, so I can go either from this normal signal path with the SP303 and the Ensoniq, or go to this alternate signal path that has the DSM. I want to get the S900 involved, like the Kai S900, but I haven't really learned how to use it yet. So it's on like standby for right now. But yeah, basically like two different signal paths that are kind of at play, and they all go into the main machine, which is the Roland MV8800. And after that, I can take the output of the 8800, put it into the 404 for more effects or just for monitoring and recording, and then that goes into the 404 Mark II. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm planning to work with. But in any case, I'm just excited to have, like, you know, my new studio set up, like a new space where I can kind of be creative. So yeah, thanks for rocking with me. Thanks for your attention. I'm looking forward to exploring. Hope you are too. All right. Peace.